If we do not take care of it, we will lose it. It's as simple as that.
I went to dive school when I was in the Navy. In dive school, we had two instructors. One was about 40 and the other one was at 21. And the one who was 21 told me on one particular day, he says, I don't think women should become divers and I don't think women should be in the Navy.
When you go into a male-dominated work environment, especially something like the military, which is just so macho, a woman has to really negotiate a fine line between being too male or too female. And, not necessarily, just being myself.
When I heard that there was a group of female veterans who are going to go out and clean up a national park, clean up our oceans, it was a no-brainer. I knew I had to be part of it.
The Women Veterans Marine Debris Cleanup at Biscayne National Park is led by the National Park Service and funded by the National Park Foundation. And the goal is to bring together wounded women veterans from various organizations that come together to really help out the National Park Service in a meaningful way.
I would say the first part of the trip begins when we start our boat ride, because it's a big blast of wind to the face, the boat is humming, you hear, all of the laughter and music and conversations, and it's just a really loud wake up. And so that's a lot of fun. I can't even think of the last time, or if there has been a last time, that I've been around so many women veterans. And it's just really special to be around women who have this sense of service within. I feel like we're all tapping into that here and really working as a team to serve this greater purpose of cleaning up the ocean.
The bulk of the marine debris that we pick up is all fishing debris. So that includes stuff like monofilament fishing line, wire leaders, a lot of lobster trap debris. So that includes the wooden slats, the wire cage pieces, and the ballast itself. So these are these big concrete slabs. They move around a lot during storms and just smash the reef to bits. So it's one of the most important things that we remove, as is the monofilament fishing line, because that's strangling the corals.
It's kind of like searching for buried treasure. Even though it's not really treasure, it's trash, okay? But our goal is to pick up that trash, and the more I can find, the more exciting it is to pick it up and get rid of it, and that's a lot of fun.
The Navy kind of broke me. My pack was 130 pounds, so I got broke quite often. I would just get a little stress fracture, and then I would just keep running, because that's what they told you to do, suck it up and keep going, and then I would have a break. I had multiple fractures throughout my 12 years. At year 12, they said, sorry, you gotta go. You keep getting broken.
The first time I went into an assessment with a civilian doctor during my transition, he was like, oh my gosh, you have all these injuries, like what's up with your back, how did this happen? And I was like, I was carrying about 75 pounds of weight on a daily basis with my flak jacket and my M4, all my 7 mags of ammo, and my backpack with my laptop and everything else. He's like, why were you carrying that much weight? I was like, what was my job? He's like, well, your frame wasn't made, because we don't have female body armor, it's unisex. It's like, your frame wasn't made to carry that much weight. And I was like, yeah, I know, that's why I'm here. And he's like, well, why didn't you just say no? And I was like, you don't say no to the Army.
It can be really difficult getting out of the military, where Now we're spread out, we don't know anyone, and the purpose is gone. And so really returning to that community, it feels like returning home.
Just being in the water, I think, is so healthy. For the things that hurt, you don't feel it. You're focused on your bubbles and your breathing, and the water is my happy place.
To me, the ocean feels so much bigger than a person, feels so much bigger than humanity. But I also feel like it has what I think of as maybe traditionally feminine coded qualities.
In 1979, when I joined the Navy and I decided to become a Navy diver, women were just being able to do that.
I got to go to sea on submarines back when women weren't allowed to. The only reason they let me go was because I knew how to do the science.
I was E5 in the United States Marine Corps, aircraft mechanic for F-35s. I was the first female plane captain on that aircraft.
I had to work twice, 3 times, 4 times as hard to prove that I could do more than what, your average guy could do. But that's just the person that I am, and that's the mindset that I was raised with.
We come from all different walks of life and experiences, but it's really cool that we're all really united in this purpose to serve something bigger than ourselves.
If you have to ask yourself, why do you have to care about the ocean? The question is directed to the same person of why do you think that you should care about yourself? Because I think everything in life reflects back to the ocean in some form or another. No matter what happens to it, has a direct result on who we are as humanity. If we abuse that or take that for granted, it's basically just going to destroy everything or anything that you care about. So protecting the ocean protects anything else that you could possibly care about.